ladies and gentlemen, the 9th round has just finished, and QuietPlease, they do win that with a very good advantage, and thanks to that, they get to decide what team they want to start on, and they do decide the CT side, and I'm quite interested in this because we were talking about the open venues, and we took a look back into that when the earlier game was finished, and we talked about QuietPlease being very dominant on the more open venues, and seeing Cash as one of the more open but very small maps at some places as well. For example, towards B and vents and you know, these squishier areas, together with Squeaky towards A. There's also a lot of open venues like main, mid, and B lobby that you can use to your advantage. Same with ClanLess, where the open venues was the reason to pretty much why they were able to retake so many rounds on their CT side on Inferno. But I'm gonna go ahead here and I'm gonna say that ClanLess, if they do step up their game here, and if they do have the confidence to play offensive on these open menus, or go through the squishier areas and shock people that are close by to those areas, I think they're definitely gonna be able to surprise us here with a win against QuietPlease 2-0. I'm not gonna say too much though, but that is the prediction that I have currently. QuietPlease can always show up to the battle, and they can definitely shock. We've seen that before. We saw that early game in the earlier map that we saw, that was Inferno. If you weren't here, then I highly suggest you come back in and watch the replay of this stream, the VOD, the video on demand, because it was quite a game in the end. They did battle that out. Not too much action very often though, but you know, it was a good game. I mean, there was a lot of things to think of from both of the teams. But we go live with the game eventually, and there we go, live. It says in the chat, so I'm assuming we are finally live here with the pistol round. And it will be ClanLess versus QuietPlease, the Danes versus the Polish. And here we go, match start. Looking at the smokes, we've got 2 smokes together with a flashbang and an AG on ClanLess's team, which is speaking to me that, yeah, this might just be one of those preset rounds that they've got for the pistols, and they do line up quite nicely to get out on middle. They do have one member fall down early into this though, and that is not too well. Duet is out. They continue to push her in. ClanLess they could become helpless here if Senor actually dies, but he goes in for the first one, and Pacquiao, together with the rest of the gang, they cleanse this A side, and they support each other. The bomb is going to get planted, though, and Pacquiao, with that burst fire, is going to go in for one. Luki falls down. Make that a second, and Pacquiao, what is up with this guy right now? 3 kills as he just jumps around this. He's just dangling and dancing around that side. I don't know what's up. 1-0, and ClanLess, well-deserved round right there. Pretty much all thanks to Pacquiao on that A side. I've got to say, he definitely made those replies happen, and we were talking about that on Inferno as well. Their T side was so like, it was not good at all. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to say atrocious or anything along the lines of that, but it was not good for a lot of reasons. But here on this map, they're definitely stepping it up, and we're seeing major improvements. Even if it's on another map, we're seeing that they're definitely aware of that. The replies are so important here. Squiddy, though, will be going down to Pacquiao as he just flicks around to make that a kill console as well. Goes down, 2 on 3 situation, and Luki coming up from behind. If he gets that first kill, that might just switch things around here. But Senor is going to be able to get that first, and Pacquiao with a reply on Luki after he finishes off Senor. So 2-0, very risky round there in the end. And actually, QuietPlease manages to get 4 kills right there. So quite some eco damage dealt, and something that they can work with in the future of this game. However, ClanLess should be aware of the fact that actually QuietPlease are on a very low budget by now, and this should be an eco as well. So having that in mind, they're probably going to go with a very small investment for this round, and even a money-making investment, as Malsi actually plays with that Mac 10, gets that first kill, and that's quite some money in the bank right there. ClanLess, they get up on this B side, they get that plant. Down Pacquiao with the AK-47, gets Nesquik and Luki. Squiddy will be going down to the Tech 9 on Dudet as well. Makes that a second of the round for himself, and 3-0, ClanLess are definitely in this game. Pardon me for that. Super sorry. I've got a cold, but hey, it's what it is. Flashbang's coming out on middle. Squiddy with that A4 Mossy as well with the AK-47 gets console and decides to back off over towards Toxic. Dudette here with the AK-47 backs off as well, and this is where Senor and the gang are, you know, they're definitely utilizing their nades to a maximum here, knowing that, you know, if we deal damage here and there, you know, even though it's not much, it might actually force them to back off and get afraid of going in for these smaller peaks that could be really dangerous for us here, especially on the longer ranges. Looking at the A1S, for example, it's quite a weapon that you wouldn't want to face in a long range distance if you miss those first shots with the AK-47. So Phizone here goes in for the first kill on Fonzone, close range frag. Lukey behind the walls of the A site is going to maintain pretty calm here as that flashbang lands just on him. He picks up another one to counter flash that, but there's no one to respond to that as CL4NLESS decides to back off, and the bomb is over towards B, going back towards middle, and over to A again. So double faking this with the steps and everything. I mean, looking at the map, look at what they're doing. Squiddy and Lukey's got no idea what's going on. Not sure if they're going for this save or not, but however, thanks to the fact that these steps happened and the fact that we saw steps, or that QuietPlease heard steps back off towards T mid, I think they were able to fake QuietPlease into thinking that, hey, maybe they want to go B here, and they definitely play the mind games of gods right there. Not every day you see that. Not even in higher tier games. This is a very rare occasion. Quiddy will be going down to Dudette. Make that a second frag of the round, and it's ridiculous, but Lukey Lukey goes in for 2. Senor goes down together with Dudette, but Phizone is there with a reply this time around, and he's still, and this is where we need to start realizing that, or CL4NLESS has to start realizing. We don't have to realize anything because we've got a good hold and we know what's up with Eco, obviously, but they have to start focusing a bit more on maintaining their economy, start building that up, start banking up for the future rounds, because 4 rounds in a row, and so far has only got one member on 5.6k here, and the rest of them beneath that, like the lower number beneath that is 2.65k, which is not the best at this stage either, especially not if you were able to survive with the weapons that you had after killing the enemies that you killed. But Lukey here with the Beagle is gonna go in for a first frag, makes that Pacquiao fall down, and for himself, that's a first frag. Obviously, we've seen frags earlier into this round, but not like CL4NLESS are they're aware of the fact that they can make these frags so unmeaningful for the CTs that as soon as they start turning around, oh, Mulsey, he jumped, and Lukey, he's got the idea. Yeah, he did. He gets that kill. Dudette with the AK-47 goes in for Lukey, and it's a 2-on-1 situation. 2-on-2 situation. Depends here on if Senor is gonna... What am I saying? Senor, Dudette is gonna fall down to console right here. Console's playing that safe, goes in for the first peek, falls down to 42 HP and decides to back off over towards C-spawn. Flashbang coming up, and they go through Ben, so Console still has a good knowledge of what's going on here, and he's actually calling that to his mate, and this is not an impossible round. Let's just make that clear that out of the way, because no nades, no nothing to delay the push here from QuietPlease from the T side. Obviously, not same for the CTs here, but necessarily, if they just get one frag here, they just turn things around with a 2-on-1 situation, and that would be quite insane. Console tries to go in for the kill on Dudette. Eventually, though, he will be going in for the kill on Console instead as he flicks over with that AK-47. 5-0 on QuietPlease. They've got a Suze. Nesquik's got a Suze. Well, AG coming down towards B lobby. Not too much damage dealt right there. I don't think any damage was dealt at it, actually. But it looks like QuietPlease are trying to play those mind games where these nades are going to be important for making your enemies back off. CL4NLESS are not too afraid here, and I really like the fact that they utilize their nades in the best possible way to feel confident as they push in here. A lot of the times you see teams, and especially now on the CT side from QuietPlease, they make these mistakes where they start throwing nades really, really early into the game, and look at that, they've only got one more smoke to work with, and that's on Nesquik. If Nesquik dies here, that's enough. I mean, he's the only opera on this team at this one in this one round at this moment in time. So with that being said, he's an easy target for them to take down if they meet him on closer quarters. So. Smoke will be going down. And Dudet makes that a first kill on Squiddy right there for them in this round. But Fonzon is there to get the reply, and he's on quad. They know that he is. Pacquiao exposes himself by shooting a bit, and Fonzon still misses out on so many shots here that might actually make him fall down. But in fact, what was that? Just flicks over, gets that kill. Dudet with 128 HP remaining, and the bomb in his hand goes in for the straight up plan. He knows that at least if he gets that plan, it's an extra additional couple of dollars for the team, and that's always good, isn't it? So if we take a look at the stats right now, you can see that 6.2, 6.1k as a maximum here on Pacquiao and Dudet, or Dude1, JZS, whatever you guys want to call him, together with Senor and the gang. Not the best combo, obviously. Still very, very doable for them if they utilize the nades that they've got, because they've got good nade kits here. They've got Phizone with flashbang, smoke, Molotov. You know, this is more than you could ever wish for in a round like this. But Pacquiao and the gang, they fall down really, really quickly here as offensive plays are happening by QuietPlease. And shockingly enough, QuietPlease are being a bit more confident here as they start winning one round. They get really, really confident, and they start pushing closely to make sure that CL4NLESS falls down in these scenarios. And looking back at Keed, or now known as Luminosity, formerly known as Keed, and formerly known as Kaboom TD, back in the days when they were playing in those organizations back in Brazil, meeting Dexterity, all these Brazilian stars, you know, this was one of the very, very semi-professional play that they used to go with. But it worked very, very well against these top-notch teams that you wouldn't expect it to go well against, that people got outrageously crazy about it. They started saying that they had their own, that the Brazilians had their own play style. They had the way of playing. They were unique in the way that they play. They were unique in the way that they refragged. And QuietPlease here, I'm starting to see the small things here that actually paint off the same picture that we saw from Keed back in the day when they were playing in Keed. Now known as Luminosity. Malsi here with that AK-47. Lukey falls down. Flashbang coming up towards lower, and they do decide to go. Malsi almost gets that kill on Fonson. Made me panic a bit there. Fonson decides to back off. Knows that I'm not gonna battle this. I'm not gonna try. Nesquik as well knows that this is pretty much over right now. So both of them are backing off, and Senor and Phizone together with Malsi here are just. I'm just gonna go for the hunt. Yeah, but going back to Keed and what I was talking about here is the fact that you have got not only a very, very offensive play on the CT side to shock your enemies, but if you do die in those offensive pushes, there's always another way to get the kill on the enemies that you're facing, whether it's with nades, whether it's utilizing a smoke to back off and then nade through that smoke. There's always a way to reply very, very, very quickly and then back off to make sure that you as a CT are safe in the position that you're in as they're pushing you, which is really rare to see from at least European semi-pro teams, let's say. So I'm just small brushes with the paint right there of that picture, but not the entire picture. Definitely not. QuietPlease are still, they've still got a lot of improve to get to that play style. And Console here eventually will be going down. He's still got 100 HP, so definitely possible for him to make one frag happen here. Takio, though, will be denying him as that, as those shots just hit Console right in it. 7-1 is what we're going to be seeing. We're going to have a small pause and a small break. Not sure if this is a tactical one or if it would, if it's because of some problems. Not sure why, but we'll probably get that info. We'll probably get that info. So far, Clanless are definitely replying with very, very heavy bullets and very, very heavy shots here and there. Once again, you need to think of the fact that QuietPlease are, they're still playing on the CT side, and what they do not know here, and what I really like about Clanless is once again, is that we can go back to this for I don't know how many times in a row we've gone back to this on Game On GG. But like the teams that we see play here, especially on Cash, has had they tend to like to move around a lot on the T side and on the T half of this map. What is interesting to talk about then is that these steps, these nades, these provocative small things that make the CTs move around on the map to make these CTs react on the map work so well against the semi-professional teams that I start feeling that semi-professionally and on the lower tiers, on the lower tier levels here, a lot of the time we see these teams utilize that so well that Cash becomes that T-sided map for these kind of teams. I'm not saying it is a T-sided map, not saying it's a CT-sided, but if you know how to play this map on the T-side, you know that you can definitely call this a T-sided map for your team. It's a team-based map pretty much here. And it's all on utilizing the side that you start on, because after all, if you start on the T side, that's the side that you're going to be playing most rounds on. Yeah, Squiddy, he's moving around. They've got them where they want them. They've got them where they want them. Clanless know exactly what they're doing right now. Going for that first kill, Console falls down. See, they're playing this really safe play behind the corners of every single T side of the map that they ever could to make sure QuietPlease starts moving around here. And these small steps, these small shots, these small pokes with the nades, with the flashbangs. Malsey decides to throw a nade right there over towards B. Eventually, that might be the execute, but because QuietPlease are not too sure of how they want to face these enemies, they cannot rely on the fact that, they can't take that risk pretty much. They can't just turn over to the B side instantly. And this is where Squiddy, yeah, he goes in for a couple of shots through that smoke to make sure he can get a kill, but misses out on a couple of shots as well. Luki will be spotted out, and Malsey will be the one to go in for the frag. 2-on-3 situation, and they just need one frag to equalize this back to the 2-on-2 that they want in this scenario. I'm pretty sure Malsey is going to be spotted in the position that he's in. We'll be trying to go in for a frag. Squiddy, though, what is up with this man? Just turns around, flicks over to two men right there. And looking at the investment that QuietPlease did here, this is a round that was very well profitable for them, where they pick up 3 AKs together with probably a couple of nades as well. I'm not sure if Fonson got all of those nades, but probably the smoke that was dropped on the site, for example. And the full nade kits, this is what I'm talking about. Very well profitable around here for the CTs. If they just maintain this very solid play going for, I don't know how long they're going to be needing to do so. 8 to 7 is probably what anyone would be aiming for here on the CT side, but to be realistic, I think Clanless are going to be turning things around here. I think they're going to be focusing a little bit more on a specific area more than moving around a lot to make sure they're faking here, because they start realizing that their enemies are reading them. And I feel like both of these teams are definitely stepping up in this second map. Pacquiao goes in for the first kill on Luki right there. Clanless got that one-man advantage after that first frag happens. Pacquiao will be firing like crazy down towards sandbags. They know that one is there in fire zone. He's fire since his R tingling, goes in for the frag, eventually decides to back off as Squiddy actually dies, so 4-on-3 situation. Console is going to be spotted, headshotted down by Dudette. And Fonzen is going to be coming up with the AK-47, get a frag on Dudette. 3-on-2 situation, still playing around with the numbers here is probably what CL4NLESS should be doing. And I think that's exactly what they're aiming for. Nesquik, he's already afraid of pushing. He knows that it's not A, so I'm far away. Hey, let me just save this AWP. And yeah, if he could just get one frag here on Phizone, that would be amazing. If Phizone picks this frag off, oh my god, you've got to be kidding me, bro. You've got to be kidding me, Fonson. Yeah, he picks up that AWP, but I'm pretty sure they're aware of the fact that he should be going for that AWP. He goes in for the first frag. Is shot from behind, and they're not gonna allow him to save that AWP. I mean, sure, he gets a couple of dollars here and there for getting kills, but 6K as a maximum together with 5.1 is. I'm not saying it's very bad. It's not very good either because they've got the mixture on their economy right now. So imbalance, eco-wise, might actually deal even more eco damage if it comes to a point in time where CL4NLESS actually loses one round and then takes another one back. But yeah, we'll see if that happens. Obviously, we can go workshop some ideas forever, and you know it would never end. Fonson realizes there is one behind that door through Squeaky. Fonson, he's playing the safe, just jumping, knows that he has got that flashbang in hand to delay a push if there's anything. Nesquik, AK-47 here, is going to be going in towards vents. He goes down instantly. Dudette is not going to allow anyone to pass through that safely, as he's boosted up on middle. Console in the gang goes in for one more, and at this stage of the game, Phizone, yeah, he goes in for one, make that a second, and that's a headshot. Wow, what a nasty frag. Senior Lukey as well goes down. Boston they don't stand a chance against this team. CL4NLESS are just monsters. Like, this is, I'm not sure what we're seeing, if this is a replay but the other way around here, or what we're seeing, because CL4NLESS, after all, I mean, they're not playing their best guy. I can see things that QuietPlease can do here. I can definitely see things that QuietPlease can do here. You know, counter up with nades and what's so not. They use their nades way too early, and I think that's Spectrum and why they're losing a lot of the time. Dudette and the gang, they will be just flying into the sites, getting these kills with the MAC-10s, with the SMGs, and thanks to these SMGs, a lot of dollars in the bank. I mean, look at Pacquiao, affords that AK-47, might even drop one to a mate in this scenario as well, and he does! Because he knows that MAC-10, that one MAC-10, that one MAC-10 is just enough to make enough dollars. And he does. He makes those dollars. He just rains them in. You know what's up into that bank account. He's crazy. Lukey goes in for a first frag on Pacquiao, and I guess karma's there, right? Karma's there. He kind of been humiliating them with that MAC-10. Still, very valuable investment if you need to build up the eco of your team. CL4NLESS got another one up on boost. Dudette this time, who's been denying a very good amount of people passing through middle as they rotate towards B or A. So he's going to be playing this safe once again, trying to maintain calm as he's getting this info. No one is holding this off, and this is interesting. No one is holding this off from short. Nesquik, though, goes in for the kill. Dudette falls down, so not much that he can do in this scenario either. Your Phizone, they get into this B side, and yep, the mate is calling for support. And Console and Lukey, they played that well together. Now Malsi is left alone in a 1-on-4, and he has to ace this to make this a round. Nesquik, though, is just going to come out with that AWP, make sure he denies every single chance that Malsi has to take this home. And 5 to 10, if this is, and I'm just saying if this is the replay with a twist of the teams. I don't know what I'll do. I'll shave my head. I didn't say that. Luki with the A1S. Shooting like crazy through that smoke. CL4NLESS. Still playing this. And I'm not sure CL4NLESS. It just feels like CL4NLESS are getting a bit more scared of the enemies that they're facing here, and the nades and the smokes and everything is just forcing them away. Even though they're pushing very, very calmly through these smokes, it's like there's always the urge to back off as soon as you face your enemies without, when you know that, okay, one of your mates already died, you don't want more of your mates to die there. But they need to go in for those replies, and that's key to winning rounds against this team. That's what we've seen in the earlier map as well. So we'll see how this continues. Phizone will be going in for Nesquik, and he's left alone in a 1-on-2 situation. Definitely a doable situation for him as he picks up that AWP, and the bomb is dropped in a fairly good position for him to pick up. But since time is ticking, QuietPlease might actually have a good decision to make, as they're both up in vents, and if one of them jumps down, might just be enough here. Let's just hope he doesn't start stepping, because Phizone, he's got the time to turn over to A, but ooh, this is smart. This is smart moves. So he smokes down lower to make sure that if there's anything. Oh my god. Oh my god. My heart right now, my heart rate, if you can see my heart rate on the screen, it would be showing you above 500. Plants that bomb. He's got the AWP. He's got the advantage, the long range advantage. This is gold, but he doesn't use that. He doesn't utilize the position that he's in. And oh my god, he makes that a first frag. Thank God, Phizone falls down. And if he, Phizone, what a guy, what a player, what a, ooh. Well, CL4NLESS, they should be happy they have this one man on their team. With Phizone, he knows. He knows how to play this game on another level. 11-3 and 12-3. I'm saying that it's probably GG, but if it's 4-11, even though there's still a very bright chance for them to get back into this console. With that Deagle goes in for the kill on Pacquiao. So still going for a situation. Equalizer is there, and Phizone with the AK-47 goes in for one on Phizone. Smoke is going to be coming down towards highway as Phizone is pushing. The bomb is still dropped though, and you need to make sure you can pick that up without Nesquik firing up from behind. And they know that he's there, so they do boost. Oh my god, this is the best play. Mulsey, they do boost Mulsey. Come up from another position, and they're gonna crossfire Nesquik because he already shot once, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Mulsey, he knew, and Nesquik fell down. 3-12. Is it live? Or do they? Yeah, it's live. Second side is live. Console is not AFK. They're not. They're just holding. They're just holding from behind. Okay. My wrong. My mistake. Luki and the gang are holding down from B, but CL4NLESS, they're... I don't know why they're CL4NLESS, because these guys, they definitely should become a clan after what I'm seeing right here today. I mean, they do push offensively in the pistol rounds, and it works. I mean, they've got the headshots, they've got pretty much everything that a clan needs, I'm pretty sure. Nesquik, though, will be missing out on a couple of shots there towards the head of Senior, but Senior still remains alive. In Phizone, he's close range to B lobby, but they do turn over towards the A side, and Phizone should be aware of this at this stage in the game as well, so it's all in the mind games. Nesquik playing this very, very calm play. He does not want to show anyone that he's there. In console, he's not exposed yet. Does spot one man out, and Phizone does actually fall down. Going in for that straight defuse would be something right now, but Console, he's gonna expose himself by shooting a little bit. Phizone faking that first defuse. Eventually makes that a kill. What? Oh my god! Faked. There was, and this is what I'm talking about here. This is ignorant plays. This is all because of ignorant plays. Phizone was standing there, was faking the fact that he was defusing in front of the eyes of, I think that was Console. And Console, I mean, if you're really into the game, if you're a pro, now these guys are not pros, so obviously they should probably not know this, but then again, yeah, they should, because it's quite obvious. They should be seeing the cables run down from the enemy that they're facing if he is defusing, and he was not, so could be quite obvious, but I'm not seeing how that goes together. 14-3. The CL4NLESS with a not flawless round, but very good round. And QuietPlease as well. They do get a couple of frags, but still not enough to bank up with a full nade kits on every single member here. The only one who's got that full nade kit is a Nesquik, and he hasn't even got that Molotov because I don't even think he could afford that. No, he could have. He had 500 before he bought that last flashbang, so. And these I mean, yeah. Mulsi spots a man out. Console falls down. Bakio plays this safe together with the rest of the team towards B. Phizone as well decides to back off over towards Forklift as he knows that, there's probably someone here since I was Flash. Dudette as well. Bakio with the one. Luki falls down. Fonzen with that AK-47 is going to be making one more happen. Bakio falls down. 4-on-3 situation. Nesquik, pardon me for that, goes in for one another, and that makes it a 3-on-3 situation. 14-3, ladies and gentlemen. Might just turn 15-3 if CL4NLESS takes this home, and if they do manage to pick, especially Nesquik off. I think that's a key priority here, because it looks like they want to turn towards A here, QuietPlease at least. And with the Danes turning towards A, I think CL4NLESS, I mean, they've got a lot of people towards A here, and it's all in these reply frags. Squiddy, he does make one out of that. Fonzen misses out on a couple of shots. In the end, makes that a headshot. Mulsi left alone in a 1-on-2, and if he clutches this round, I don't know what I'll do. Squiddy, he's got a good position to go in for a peek, and if he does, then I'm quite sure this should be over. Molly still had that together with him. I feel like, yeah. You wouldn't want to go for a force here, because if you just want to end the game, if you just want to win this game superiorly, you go in for the eco. You want to just wait out the time to get that the best amount of money you could ever get. And frankly, QuietPlease here, they're obviously they can't do much to eco and bank up here and what's so not, but CL4NLESS, that's what I'm talking about here to clarify. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're exploiting the fact that they've got this many rounds. Phizone gets one. Nesquik falls down. Bakio with the CZ75 makes that another one for this round. And it's a 3-on-3 situation. In the end, Phizone will be missing out on a couple of shots towards Squiddy, but still 2-on-3. And Mulsi is still in a spot where, no, he's gonna be shot from behind. He's gonna, Luki exposes himself, goes in for the kill. Is also shot from behind, but oh my god, he flicks both of them. Luki, sure, if that was just with pistols, but you just don't flick that. You just don't flick that every day. 14-5. I'll see. Again, I know exactly what to do. CL4NLESS, the scout, Squiddy. Yeah, this is very, very slow play from the T side. QuietPlease are. They're aware of the fact that CL4NLESS are probably gonna be having a bit more heavy armor this time, but still, CL4NLESS are not even like they didn't invest anything super expensive into this round. They know that they can still buy in the next few upcoming rounds, so that it's not a problem for them. This is all on CL4NLESS pretty much destroying them with pistols, and if that happens, that is probably the most humiliating way to end a game ever in the history of CS. I mean, Mulsey, he's got those frags. I'm sincerely not happy with the fact that QuietPlease does lose those duels. I'm not saying I could do that better because I'd suck. I'm telling you, but I think maybe we're expecting a bit too much here. That might be the case, or QuietPlease are just a bit off point here in this map and on this map. But we continue at 15-5. CL4NLESS. We'll be seeing QuietPlease going in for a first frag as Fontaine approaches middle. Do that. Just backs off towards A. CL4NLESS. They're running. I'm not sure about if they've got an idea of what's going on here. Console gets a kill middle. Yeah, he's gonna mess this up. Yeah, Nesquik goes in for the kill, and there you have it. You know what I meant by that is pretty much the fact that, okay, you have one member out on middle from the T side, QuietPlease deagling one man out with one deag to the head. Not only that, but CL4NLESS now has to think of the fact that this could be a B play as well, as they're rushing out towards you on A. So all these things play a huge role here, and I've really got to give QuietPlease that. They definitely played a better game right here, right now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, what? No way. No. Console. Console, This guy, he knows how to shoot. He knows how to spray those walls. He knows what's up. When he's around, he knows what's up. CL4NLESS, once again, is approaching high middle a bit more heavy with the C-Set 75 play that they've got. Instead of just playing C-Set with body armor, they're going with the head armor right now, and I think that is actually a valid buy to make, because you know that you're gonna be meeting more M4s here. Due to the fact that actually you're losing those M4s, and you've seen people pick those up. Not only that, but because QuietPlease maybe hasn't got the best economical situation. Squiddy, for example, was down to 200 after buying in this round. Dudet goes in for the kill on console, and yeah, people are already calling GG. Lukey is left alone here on mid-main team. Goes in for one. He's ready to clutch this round. This round, it looks like. He goes in for one on Vents and approaches the CT side of middle, but Senor just decides to back off, knows that, hey, not gonna let you approach A though. But he's sneaking. That's going for that kill. Misses out on some shots. 5 seconds on the clock. He has to go in for this panic plant, which is not an optimal move. He will have the time. He has the time. He has the time. Oh my god. Very close. Very close. If he was just quick enough to get to that site and if he got that kill, if he got that first kill on Senor, that would have been the round. That would have been probably what could have got them back there. But no, he missed those bullets, and unfortunately, it took a few seconds, and that made him lose. But hey, it's what it is. 2-0. Congratulations to the team. Obviously, CL4NLESS, the Polish team. QuietPlease, unfortunately, not winning this, but it is what it is. And yeah, that's I haven't got too much to say. You can check out CSGOcircle.com. It's a betting site. I think it's only if you're 18 years or older, but if you want to check that out, I highly suggest you do if you're into that kind of stuff. This is the CSGOcircle.com Invitational hosted by Game On our Azubi channel. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'm super sorry for being a bit, if I sound a bit down. I've got the worst cold of coldest cold, if you know what I'm saying. So it's that's how cold I am. But I'm trying to get back to get back to normal. We're gonna be back with a next game after this, and